In this video, we will see the National Program for Prevention and Control of Cancer, Diabetes, Cardiovascular Diseases and Stroke. These all the disease conditions, cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, strokes, all are non-communicable diseases. So if we'll see the magnitude of non-communicable diseases burden in India, the non-communicable diseases are leading cause of preventable deaths as well as disability in India. There are four identified major non-communicable diseases are cardiovascular disease such as heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, chronic obstructive respiratory disease. In that COPD and asthma and cancer. These all are four leading cause of deaths accounting for over 60% of premature mortality, placing them ahead of communicable diseases, maternal, prenatal and nutritional conditions. This data is given by WHO in 2024. So it is also estimated that by 2020, the cardiovascular diseases will be the largest cause of death and disability. The cases will be become higher. So now the non-communicable diseases are rightly called silent diseases as they may not cause any symptoms for many years but still progressing leading to complications. So if we consider the risk factors for non-communicable diseases are mainly unhealthy diet, physical inactivity, and consumption of tobacco and alcohol. So these risk factors are cumulative and operate on a life course perspective. So it is also important to note that all these risk factors are amenable to modification through lifestyle changes. We can change them so that we can prevent all the non-communicable diseases. So in short, today's risky behaviors are tomorrow's risk factors, right? So today's risk factors are tomorrow's diseases. Thus, primary and secondary prevention of chronic diseases and their common risk factors provide the most sustainable and cost-effective approach to chronic diseases prevention and control. Now we'll see the evolution of national program for these all non-communicable diseases. Like national program is launched by the government of India in 2010. To effectively control the diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and stroke, the Government of India initiated the Prevention and Control Program on Diabetes, Cardiovascular Diseases, and Stroke on pilot phase on 4th January 2008 in some 10 districts, one each from 10 selected states, and during October 2010, the Integrated Prevention and Control of Cancer also launched national program on prevention and control of cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular disease and stroke, which are limiting to 100 districts across the 21 states. The program was gradually expanded to other districts to cover the entire country. Okay, so national program for diabetes cancer was merged with the ongoing national cancer control program and formed national program for cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases and stroke in 2011-12. You will see the objectives of this program. Those are prevent and control common non-communicable diseases through behavior and lifestyle changes, because we can change the we can do the modifications in such a lifestyle of individuals. Then second objective is provide early diagnosis and management of common non-communicable diseases. Then third is build capacity at various levels of healthcare for prevention, diagnosis and treatment of common non-communicable diseases. Then train human resource within the public health setup like doctors, paramedics and nursing staff to cope with the increasing burden of non-communicable diseases. Then establish and develop capacity for palliative as well as rehabilitative care. Then support for development of database of non-communicable diseases through surveillance systems and to monitor non-communicable disease morbidity, mortality and risk factors. So these all are objectives of this program. Now we'll see the strategies adopted to attain the goals and objectives of these programs are health promotion, awareness generation and promotion of healthy lifestyle, then early detection of common non-communicable diseases, timely as well as affordable and accurate diagnosis of these disease conditions, then access to affordable treatment, then capacity building of human resources and monitoring and evaluation. We'll see one by one, that is what is health promotion, awareness generation, Then promotion of holistic lifestyle. We can achieve this through the modification of various factors such as diet. How the we can improve the diet through the increased intake of green leafy vegetables and fresh fruits, then consumption of less salt, restriction of the preparations rich in salt such as pickles, like some ketchup, salted biscuits. So we have to reduce them. Then avoiding eating junk foods, most important. Then using different cooking oils every month, or cooking different food items with different oils. Then non-vegetarians can take more of for fish and chicken and less of red meat. Then we can do the modification in physical activity, that like regular moderate physical exercise should be done. Then discouraging spending long hours in front of television, it leads sedentary lifestyle. Then encouraging outdoor activities like gardening, cycling, etc. Increasing yoga as well as meditations. So we can prevent non-communicable diseases through the moderate changes in physical activities. Okay, then weight control. So all the obese and overweight individuals are encouraged to lose the weight through a combination of low calorie diet as well as dynamic physical activities. Then avoidance of alcohol. We can reduce the use of alcohol. Use of alcohol should be avoided by the everyone as far as possible. Then tobacco cessations. All the smokers should be strongly encouraged to quit the smoking, and all the non-smokers should be encouraged not to start smoking, so we can prevent the non-communicable diseases. Then warning signals of cancer. Now we are all aware about that. What are the warning signals? That is causes: change in bowel or bladder habits, then a wound that does not heal, unusual bleeding or discharge, then thickening or lump in the breast or elsewhere, indigestion or difficulty in swallowing, obvious change in a war or mole, then nagging cough or hoarseness of voice. So we have to see all the causes by warning signals of cancer. So by these modifications we can prevent the non-communicable diseases. The next strategy is early detection of common non-communicable diseases. Okay, so now how we can diagnose the cases as early as possible? Through the screening. So screening for non-communicable is done by means of two strategies. Okay, so early detection of non-communicable diseases by means of screening before the appearance of symptoms is important to prevent the advanced disease as well as disability. So two strategies are opportunistic screening and population based screening. Now what is opportunistic screening? So it will be done in the population aged 30 years and above, okay, who are attending any level of healthcare facility for any disease conditions like hypertension, diabetes mellitus, and common cancers, breast cancer or cervical cancer or oral cancer. So those who are attending any healthcare facilities to to taking care of these disease conditions, we can screen them. All the suspected cases from the periphery will be referred to district hospitals or tertiary care centers. Then second strategy is population based screening. Now what is it? It will be done for hypertension, diabetes mellitus, and the three common cancers among all men as well as women aged 30 years and above by peripheral health workers. Now the ASAs will use a community based assessment checklist for screening the non communicable diseases. All the ANMs and staff nurses will be trained in oral visual examination, that is known as OVE, then clinical breast examination and visual inspection using acetic acids. So we can find out the cases as soon as possible. All the suspected cases will be referred to higher centers for further treatment and investigation. Follow-up screening will be done every year for the hypertension and diabetes mellitus, and every 5 years for cancer. So this is known as population-based screening. So by two strategies, opportunistic and population-based screenings will help us to find out the cases as soon as possible, and so we can start the treatment. Now, timely, affordable and accurate diagnosis. The next strategy is timely, affordable and accurate diagnosis. Now, what is the meaning of it? we have to give proper treatment to all the disease conditions. Okay, so in diabetes, hypertension, cervical cancer, breast cancer, oral cancer, if we'll consider the diabetes, then what we will do, type 1 diabetes is very common among youngsters, we know that. So sudden in onset and is severe, so presence of features are associated with autoimmune system, like and absence of obesity, all the signs and symptoms are there. So family history is very rare, insulin is required for survival, we know that. Then type 2 diabetes mellitus usually occurs after the age of 40 years. So which principles we can use for the management, like modification of lifestyle by healthy diet and physical activity, reduction of insulin resistance through the reduction in weight, oral hypoglycemic agents will uh, metformin, with metformin we can use. Then treatment of associated complications we are using. Okay, then if we consider, if we give want to give treatment regarding hypertension, the criteria for diagnosing high blood pressure for adults aged 80 years and above, which are based on consistent elevation during 2 or more blood pressure reading, okay, in sitting positions. Okay, so some drugs we can use like AC inhibitors, calcium channel blockers, diuretics, beta blockers, etc. Then cervical cancers, visual inspection of uterine cervix after application of 3 to 5% acetic acid on to the mouth of cervix area, and appearing any dance with white patches in the woman should be managed as per the algorithm. There's we have to give proper treatment to that patients. Then breast cancer, early detection of breast cancer in a woman, it should be done to create awareness about some sign and symptoms, like warning signs, like a change in size of breast, then a nipple that is pulled out, or change in position or shape, rash on and around the nipple, there is some ulcerations will be there, then discharge, abnormal discharge from one or both nipples, then puckering or dimpling of the skins of breast, then lump or thickening are felt in the breast, then constant pain in the breast or armpit. We have to look out for all these signs and symptoms, and we have to provide proper treatment to them. Okay, then oral cancer, if any person uh, like aged 35 years and above and having the risk factors of oral cancer, such as tobacco chewing, because of tobacco chewing, alcohol use, then chronic trauma to oral mucosa. Okay, so likewise patients, we have to give treatment to them, we have to manage properly to them. Then access to affordable treatment. Now how the all the NCD clinics, those are non-communicable diseases clinics, will be established at community health centers and district hospitals, so that all the treatments regarding these non-communicable diseases will be provided at very affordable cost, and it should be accessible to all the community. Screening, diagnosis, and management, including diet, counseling, lifestyle management, and home based care, will be the key functions of this affordable treatment. Then next strategy is capacity building of human resources. So National Institute of Health and Family Welfare, that is NIHFW, has been identified as the nodal agency under the program for training health professionals on health promotion as well as prevention, early detection, and management of diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and stroke, and in cancer care, and sometimes in management of CCUs also. Then monitoring and evaluation. So recording and reporting formats have been prescribed by the Central Non-Communicable Disease Cell, which are being used by the various health facilities at all the levels. It is the responsibility of the medical officer to monitor and supervise the field activities. Review meetings of the state program managers regarding non-communicable diseases are being organized on a quarterly basis. Regular monitoring and review of the scheme will be conducted at district, state, and central level. Okay, for this purpose, the non-communicable disease cell is envisaged at different levels. Now the evaluation is carried out periodically, because evaluation is the integral part of program, and it is carried out periodically by some indicators. Like which kind of indicators we are using? That is eligible total population who are more than having more than 30 years of age, and proportion screen, so percentage of screen population who have been positive, then percentage of the positives that have completed the diagnostic workup, then percentage of diagnosed that are on treatment during the year, percentage of those on treatment who have achieved control values for hypertension and diabetes mellitus. So these all the indicators are used to do a proper evaluation. Now we'll see the various packages of services. These all are strategies which are adopted to achieve the objectives, fulfill the objectives. Now, which kind of services are provided through the packages at which centers? We will see that. It is envisaged providing integrated preventive, promotive, curative, and supportive services in cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and stroke at various government health facilities. Now we'll see which are the health facilities are provided. So at sub center, which activities are which services are provided? Like health promotion for behavior change and counseling, then population based or opportunistic screening of common non-communicable diseases including cancer, then awareness generation of early warning signals of common cancers and risk factors of non-communicable diseases, referral of suspected cases at PHC, CHC, or any nearby health facility. Then follow-up of patients put on treatment should be there. So these kind of services are provided at sub-center. Now, if we'll see the at PHC, which kind of services are provided at PHC? Like health promotion for behavior change and counseling. Then again, population-based or opportunistic screening of diabetes, hypertension, and three common cancers. Those are oral cancer, breast cancer, and cervical cancer. Then clinical diagnosis and treatment of common non-communicable diseases, including hypertension as well as diabetes. Then referral services of complicated cases of diabetes, hypertension, where we can refer to them from PHC to the CHC or district hospitals. Then identification of early warning signals of common cancer. Then referral of suspected cases to community health center, district health center, and follow-up of patient put on treatment. Then at CHC, the services are provided are prevention and health promotion, including counseling, then early diagnosis through clinical and laboratory investigations, diagnostic facilities like blood sugar, total cholesterol level, lipid profile, blood urea, creatinine, X-ray, ECG, USG. These all to be outsourced if not available, but these all the facilities are available at CHC or FRU. So opportunistic screening of common cancers like oral, breast, and cervix, then management of common non-communicable diseases, referral of complicated cases where we can refer to the district hospitals or any higher multi-speciality hospitals. Okay, then at district hospitals, the services provided are diagnosis and management of cases of cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, COPDs, stroke, and cancer. Okay, then including emergency services, particularly for myocardial infarction and stroke. Laboratory investigations and diagnostic facilities will be there like blood, sugar, lipid profile, X-ray, ECG, USG, KFT, LFT. Okay, that is kidney function test, liver function test, then echocardiogram, CT scan, MRI, etc. Then referral of complicated cases to the higher healthcare facility or multi-speciality hospitals. Then health promotion for behavior change and counseling, opportunity screening of non-communicable diseases including common cancers, then follow-up of chemotherapy in case of cancers. Then rehabilitation as well as physiotherapy services will be available at district hospitals. Then if we see them at medical college, the services provided are mentoring of district hospitals, early diagnosis and management of cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and other associated illnesses. Training of health personnel will be provided. Then operational research will be conducted at medical colleges regarding various non-communicable diseases. Then at tertiary cancer centers, which services are provided? That is mentoring of district hospital and outreach activities, comprehensive cancer care, including prevention, early detection of cases, diagnosis, proper treatment, palliative care, as well as rehabilitation. Then training of health personnel and operational research will be conducted at tertiary cancer center. So these all the services are provided at various health centers on the basis of the facilities available over there. So if we'll see the expected outcomes regarding these all the program are, the program and intervention would establish a comprehensive sustainable system for reducing the rapid rise of non-communicable diseases, then disabilities and deaths due to non-communicable diseases, reduction in exposure to risk factors, lifestyle changes leading to reduction in non-communicable diseases. Then we can expect that we can improve the quality of life of individuals. Then early detection and timely treatment, which are leading to increase in cure rate as well as control and survival rate. Then reduction in prevalence of physical disabilities, including blindness and deafness. We can expect that providing user-friendly health services to the elderly population of the country regarding non-communicable diseases, then reduction in deaths and disability which are due to trauma, burns, or any disasters, then reduction in out-of-pocket expenditure on a management of non-communicable diseases, and thereby preventing catastrophic implications on affected individuals. So we can expect that these things we can achieve through the this program. If you see the intersectoral convergence for prevention and management of non-communicable diseases, that non-communicable diseases prevention includes a wide spectrum of activities, most of which are in non-health sector like tobacco, alcohol, healthy diet, physical activity. So if we are to address these problems, we have to involve different sectors, work with non-health departments, and move beyond the hospitals and health centers. For example, food vendors, traders, media, youth groups, women's groups. So we have to do a multi-sectoral approach. We have to collaborate with all the sectors. The medical officer plays a very important role in intersectoral collaboration. If we see the activities that can be carried out by medical officer or his staff at village level, that is the Panchayati Raj institutions will help us out. So Panchayati Raj institutions should be sensitized to include non-communicable disease issues in village health sanitation as well as nutrition committees, and be involved to facilitate and promote IEC activities related to non-communicable prevention. Then if we'll do the activities at school level for the regarding education, like training of teachers in screening and health promotion activities, promotion of physical activity of children, and then introduction of healthy foods in canteens, provision of fruits as well as vegetables in midday meals, ensuring tobacco free environment in schools, inclusion of NCDs, non-communicable diseases and their prevention in school curriculum and extracurriculum activities, involving parent teacher association for the awareness of the program, as well as we can do the IEC activities, involvement of Ayush practitioners in prevention and control of non-communicable diseases. Then we can use collaboration with the district administrators for strict enforcement of laws related to non-communicable diseases, so that we can modify such factors and we can control these disease conditions. Then developing of linkage with social groups for various activities which are related to non-communicable diseases. We can collaborate with NGOs also. Then prevention and control under the program. Okay. So these such activities we can do at village level, at grassroots level, so that all we can reduce the prevalence rate regarding non-communicable diseases, and the program will be effective and will help us in reduce the prevalence rate of non-communicable diseases. So this is all about a national program for the prevention and control of cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and stroke. Thank you.